The Installation Wizard. This video will introduce you to the Installation Wizard on the Trane XL850 and XL824 connected controls. The Installation Wizard automatically launches on the initial power-up of the unit and contains 4 sections: date and time, installer setup, reminders, and dealer code. For this demonstration, we will configure a non-communicating 2-stage cooling unit with 2 stages of electric heat and a variable speed indoor blower. We will also enable an outdoor temperature sensor. The initial screen provides a brief overview of the Installation Wizard process. After reading, press Next to begin. Setting the time and date. Using the up and down arrows, enter the current time in hours, minutes, and select either AM or PM, and press Next. Now using the arrows, set the current month, date, and year, and press Next. Finally, select if daylight savings time is on or off. Now click Done, and you will see the Installation Wizard progress screen indicate that you are 25% of the way through the Installation Wizard. Press Next. Installer Settings. You will now be guided through the Installer Settings section of the Installation Wizard. Installer settings are divided into 7 groups: Standard Settings, Equipment Settings, Sensor Settings, Accessory Settings, Comfort Settings, Airflow Settings, and Lockout Settings. Group 1 indicates what type of equipment is installed, and Groups 2 through 7 allow you to customize a wide range of system settings. Standard Settings. An XL850 control installed on a communicating system will auto-discover all communicating devices. Therefore, standard settings will not require setup. If an XL850 or XL824 control is installed with non-communicating equipment, standard settings will require the manual selection of the appropriate equipment. Select your outdoor unit type. For this demonstration, we will select Cooling Only from the outdoor unit type and press Next. Now we will indicate that we have a 2-stage outdoor unit and press Next. The options on this screen are single compressor with 2 stages of cooling and 2 compressors with 2 stages of cooling. For this system, select Single Compressor with 2 stages of cooling and press Next. The indoor unit type is electric, so we will make that selection and press Next. And now we will indicate that we have 2-stage indoor heat and press Next. And we will indicate that we have a variable speed indoor blower. Notice that the Next button is grayed out, which indicates that this is the last setting in this group. Press the previous button to go back and change a setting, or press Apply. You will now see the Standard Settings Summary screen, and you have completed Group 1 of 7 groups. To go back and change any setting, press Edit. When all settings are correct, press the down arrow to move to Group 2. If you press Done, you will exit the Installer Settings section before you have completed all of the groups of settings. Equipment Settings. Equipment Settings allows the adjustment of the cycle rate of the applied system. Note that only experienced technicians with an understanding of duty cycles should adjust these settings. For an explanation of cooling and heating cycles per hour, please refer to the Basic Operations section of the Installer's Guide. To accept the default settings, simply press the down arrow to move to Group 3, or to change a setting, press the Edit button. Using the up and down arrows, set the first stage compressor cooling cycles per hour, and press Next to set the second stage compressor cooling cycles per hour. Proceed with setting the indoor heater cycles per hour for both stages of heating. Notice that the Next button is grayed out, indicating that this is the last setting in this group. Press Previous to add a setting in this group, or press Apply. You are now returned to the Equipment Settings Summary screen. Press the down arrow to move to Group 3. Sensor Settings. Sensor settings allow the technician to indicate what sensors are installed, if any. To modify the default sensor settings from the summary screen, press Edit. For our system, we will select Remote ODT. Calibrate Outdoor Temperature Sensor only appears if you indicated the presence of the remote sensor. Select the appropriate value and press Next. If you have installed a remote indoor temperature sensor, press Remote IDT. For our system, we will indicate that we are using the on-board indoor temperature sensor and press Next. If necessary, use the arrows to calibrate the indoor temperature sensor. Press Apply to return to the Sensor Settings summary screen and use the down arrow to move to Group 4. Accessories Settings. Accessories setting allows the setup of installed accessories. For detailed information on all accessory options, see the Advanced Operations section of the Installer's Guide. From the Accessories Settings summary screen, press Edit. Select the filtration type and press Next. Indicate if a humidifier is present and press Next. Now let the control know if a UV light is present and then press Next. If a ventilation system is present, press Yes. Otherwise, press No and then press Next. Indicate if a dehumidifier is installed. Since this is the last setting in this group, the Next button is disabled. Press Previous to change a setting or press Apply to accept your changes. Review the accessory settings from the summary screen and press the down arrow to move to Group 5. Comfort Settings. Comfort Settings allows the customization of system performance management. Press Edit to modify the control's default comfort settings. Enable or disable dehumidification and press Next. Now set the dehumidification overcooling limit and press Next. Enable or disable Smart Continuous Fan and press Next. Select the control response rate and press Next. And finally, disable or enable Aggressive Recovery and press Apply. For in-depth descriptions of each of these settings, please refer to the Advanced Operations section of the Controls Installer's Guide. When all changes have been made and applied, press the down arrow to move to Group 6. Airflow Settings. Airflow Settings allows the adjustment of various airflow parameters. Press Edit and select the desired variable speed blower on delay. Press Next and select the desired variable speed blower off delay, and then press Next. Now set the compressor low stage airflow percentage and press Apply and review your settings. Individual settings in this group, as in other groups, vary depending on the type of equipment installed. For a listing of all possible settings, please refer to the Installer Setup Screens section of the Installer's Guide. And for in-depth descriptions of each of these settings, please refer to the Advanced Operations section of the Controls Installer's Guide. When all changes have been made and applied, press the down arrow to move to Group 7. If an outdoor temperature sensor is not installed, Group 7 will not be visible. Lockout Settings. Lockout Settings is where the various temperature lockouts are set. Since this group for this particular system only has one setting, the summary screen is not displayed. Enable or disable First Stage Lockout and press Apply. Press Done to signal that you have completed the Installer Setup section of the Installation Wizard. The progress screen will indicate that you have completed 2 of the 4 sections of the Installation Wizard. Press Next. Service Reminders. This section provides the ability to set various reminders based on the equipment and accessories installed. Reminders can be based on runtime or calendar days. Reminders can also be disabled. For our application, service and filter reminders are available. Select Service and then select the mode. Then select how often the reminder should be displayed. Follow the same procedure to set the air filter reminder and press Apply and then Done. The progress screen will indicate that you have completed 3 of the 4 sections of the Installation Wizard. Press Next. Dealer Code Info. When a valid dealer identification code is entered, the Dealer Contact Info screen will be populated automatically once the control is connected to the Internet. Enter the dealer identification code and press Apply. This is usually the dealer's phone number that is registered on Comfort Site. The progress screen shows that you have completed all of the steps in the Installation Wizard. To return to the home screen, press Done. Making additional changes. Following the initial setup, the Installation Wizard will automatically launch following a restored factory defaults command. The Installation Wizard can also be invoked manually by selecting the Installation Wizard command from the service menu. Additionally, each of the 4 sections of the Installation Wizard can be run independently. The Installer Setup command is located on the service menu. The Date and Time and Reminders commands can be run from the Settings menu, and the Dealer Identification Code can be entered and changed from the service menu. This concludes this video demonstration of the Installation Wizard on the XL850 and XL824 connected controls. For more information on how the settings affect system performance, comfort, and efficiency, please refer to the Installer's Guide and the XL850 and XL824 Connected Controls e-learning course available at comfortsite.com.